My last search.
What was my last search?
If I pull up what I last searched.
Okay.
Looks like I...
How did lemon sharks get their name? Turns out, because they're yellow.
Dry cayenne peppers how?
So I recently started biking and wanted to see what routes were good to actually track that. So not super embarrassing yet, which is awesome.
You can string them up. You can do it in the oven, but that takes longer. I'm gonna string mine up.
How do you become a U.S. ambassador? Apparently, Hanapin's going to be losing me soon because I'm going to be a diplomat.
And oh, that makes sense. And then I was looking at wine because, yes, wine.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, my last search.
The last thing I searched on Google.
So it looks like a recent search I had as I was sitting in a theater during intermission and overheard a conversation about World War II and decided to search about World War II casualties in the middle of a comedy play that I was watching for some reason.
I'm going to butcher the name. It is a Marzen recipe.
The etymology of the term proof is in the pudding.
Brown recluse spider identification. Okay, so I was going into my house last night, and as I was going to go for the doorknob, there was a giant brown spider on the doorknob.
I homebrew beer, and with Oktoberfest coming up, kind of get in the spirit, drink some beer. Hopefully it doesn't suck.
When it seems ridiculous, it seems like a terrible place to put proof in pudding.
So I Googled that because if it was a brown recluse, I did not want to touch that. Obviously, I probably didn't want to touch it anyway.
It stood out to me that China had an insane number, and so I searched what that was about and found a book actually called The Forgotten Ally, and I ordered it right there during intermission.
But Google helped me out because I found out that it definitely was not a brown recluse and I was freaking out for nothing.
Let's see, what did I last search?
So the last thing I Google searched. So my last two searches actually go together. I think it's an important story to tell.
Need some good stuff. I just searched weird things. I'm about to go to sleep because it's when the best ideas happen.
It's perfect. It's Rebecca Black's Friday, which I play every single Friday morning for the last probably 4 years.
I tried to be artsy and watch a movie I'd never heard of before. So I bought this movie called The Dinner.
Kanye West themed bubble tea shop called Bubble Yee. Does not exist yet. Good business idea.
And it was 2 hours of terrible movie that ended incredibly abruptly.
Who would win in a fight? Pillsbury Doughboy versus Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I still don't know. It didn't come up.
It gets me going. I'd sing all the lyrics except for the rap that somehow after 4 years I still don't know the rap part.
So I quickly Googled The Dinner movie ending and found out that everyone else in the world is just as confused as I am.
Looked up home arcade games, like the big ones that you can get in your home. They're very expensive, so I don't think I'm gonna get one of those anytime soon.
So my next search was Marvel movies on a timeline, and I then watched The Hulk, which is where I'm better acquainted movie-wise.
But I also today Googled Bone Thugs and Harmony First of the Month because it's a very special Friday and First of the Month at the same time. So I have my entire soundtrack for the whole day planned.
And then of course, IU versus OSU. Who would win? Ended up being OSU by a lot. Pretty embarrassing, but what can you do?
And then the other thing that I searched was She's My Tenderoni original version, which is a song from like the 80s that I was trying to remember what in the world tenderoni meant.
So that'll teach me, I guess.
So clearly I've got a lot of really good music flowing through my head right now.
Good stuff.